Yeah, let's start in a child's pose. So I always say, like, if you haven't been practicing outside, it takes a little bit of time to adjust to just like, being outside, your balance is affected. There's sounds, there's smells, there's bugs, whatever. But most importantly, it's really nice to just move and breathe. Sarah, are you good? Are you too close to that thing? Yeah. Slide. Everyone can slide over. No, just everyone just move over a drop. We're good. Perfect. I had people like leaning on those sometimes, holding themselves up. So spread the arms forward. Activate your hands. Just take a basic child's pose. If you're about to have a baby, take your knees wider. We're less than 2 miles from the ER. Connect to your breath. Big full breath in. Loud exhale breath out. Press up onto all fours, tabletop position. Yeah. Curl the toes into the mat. Let's sink the spine down and look forward. Let's exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. So go like that, sinking down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding and looking in. One more, sinking down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding and looking in. Come to a flat back tabletop position. Just slide the right leg back and curl the right toes into the mat. So it's like a half plank. Activate, yeah, so really press into the mat so your right thigh bone contracts, and then slide your left arm forward. So the right foot stays down, curled into the mat. The left arm slides forward. The neck is nice and neutral. And just pause here. Find a really nice extension. Float the right leg up into space so it's hip height. So now it's opposite arm, opposite leg. This always plays with the balance a little. Reach back with the left arm, bend at the knee crease. And if you can get hold of your foot, that's great. If you can't, just bend it in half and reach back and just hold like, the shape of it. Yeah. Look forward with your eyes if you can. That's it. And breathe. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Keep the right leg lifted in space. Just take the left hand down. Keep the left hand down, roll the left toes out, and come into a modified side plank. So you can have your right leg lifted up, hip height, or sometimes it's nice to have it down on the mat. So you can just kind of play with either of those options. Stack up the body. I always like to have my left hand like a smidgen in front of my shoulder. That's great. Stay just like that. And if you can, take your top arm and reach it up and forward. Yeah, it feels really good along the side body. Steer the left ribs towards the sky. Eyes to the floor, hand and knee come down, tabletop position. So reset in the tabletop. Extend the left leg back. Activate the leg. Keep the toes curled into the mat to start. Yeah. And just feel. And then slide your right arm forward. We have to do everything in steps. It's like we're baking. I know when I bake, I like try and skip steps, skip things in the recipe and never works out great. Float the arm and the leg. Yeah. Reach the arm back, bend at the knee crease, even get hold of the foot. I was on a long run on Sunday and my middle son called me and said he tried to make pancakes. I was horrified because I was 5 miles from the house. And then he called me back and he said, the pancakes didn't turn out so good. And I think I made a little bit of a mess. I came in the house and it literally looked like it was everywhere. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Right hand down, right knee stays down, left arm peels open, modified side plank. It was every ingredient from the cabinet was out on the counter. Things that don't go in pancakes. Top arm could reach up and forward. It was a good try. Side ribs long. Turn your right ribs a little bit more up towards the sky. Stay for 2 more breaths. These look excellent. Hand and knee down. Tabletop position. Good. Walk your hand just a smidgen forward. Curl the toes into the mat. Cover the knees from the mat just an inch, and then very slowly start to lift up to a bent-legged downward facing dog. And I say bent leg downward facing dog because you may get to this down dog and just feel a little tight through the backside of the body. Then pedal out your legs. I want you to ease into it this morning. Pedal out your legs like you're walking in place. Every time that the leg that straightens, feel the center of your heel melt towards the ground. Plug the hands into the mat and then let your shoulders move away from your ears. Let your head just go. And then find some stillness, wherever that is for you, however that looks. Yeah, thumb, index finger, baby finger, mount down into the mat. Breathe the hips super high up off the shoulders. Awesome. Spread the toes wide. The sides of your body lift you up. You're creating this strong shape. Breathe your right leg up into space, hip height. Yeah. Flex your right foot strong. Look forward with your eyes and swing your right foot all the way forward and through. Drop your back knee down on an angle. Yeah. I think you'll have a block. Take that block. So take the block, the long direction, and slide your foot up onto the block. Yeah. Perfect. Right knee tracks over right ankle, foot is on the block. So we've got a higher block. It's definitely like, it's going to feel more intense. So I just want you to keep your fingers down here. Lift your eyes of the shoulder blades up a little and create a little bit of an up dog. Yes, with your right foot on the block. Back knee down on the mat. Good. Stay with this. If you want to integrate your back leg, lift it up off the ground, 3 breaths. Hold. Do you feel something? You should feel something. Grip your right hip in. Press heavy into the block. Activate your back leg or keep the knee down if it's too intense. Lower the back knee down to the mat. Remove the foot from the block. Just slide it forward. Step to a dog. Roll forward to plank. Drop your knees on an angle. Halfway to a supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms to supported plank. Lift the knees so you're in plank. Hips up and back, down dog. Breathe the left leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. You want to lift your leg from the inner part of your thigh. Look forward with your eyes and swing your left foot forward and through. Drop the back knee on an angle. Reach for the block. Place it the high, the medium direction. Get your foot up on the block. Takes a little finagling. Yep. Make sure the knee and the ankle are aligned. Keep the fingertips down. Keep the back knee down. You want to make sure the knee isn't jamming into the mat. Yep, it's on an angle. And then create a little bit of an up dog with your chest. So just create that little up dog. Perfect. And each side of your body is going to feel a little different. Grip the left hip in. Just feel. If you'd like to integrate your back knee for a few breaths, integrate the back leg, squeeze the muscles around that back quadricep, hamstring. Keep leading a little with your chest. Feel the length of that back leg. This is the psoas releasing. It's a really hard area to stretch, generally speaking. Knee back down. Release the foot from the block. Slide it forward. You'll use the block later. Step to a dog. When you get to down dog, roll forward to plank. Halfway to a push-up that works for you. You can drop your knees and support the push-up. Re-straighten your arms to a plank position. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk to the top of the mat, 2 big steps, 20. You can hop however you feel good. Long spine when you get there. Weight is forward. Hands can rest to your shins. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Woohoo, got a little head rush. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Yeah, arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let the head go. Nice. Long spine to prepare. Just plant your hands and take 2 big steps back to plank. When you get back to plank, decide how the push-ups are going to work for you today. Halfway to a push-up, you can modify if you need. Up dog or cobra. Pick what feels best in your body. Hands and tops of feet press firm. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full cycle breath out. Arms stay active. Look where you want to go. Step, float, skip, top of mat. Long spine to prepare. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Keep going like this. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. You can just step to plank. If you know you can hop light, chaturanga is where we're going. Upward facing, smooth operation. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. These look very good. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Get there light. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees. Let the head go. Long spine to set it up. Step to plank. Adding your push-up. Less is more in the push-ups. Up dog is smooth. Great. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back to a three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your right knee in, if you can. Yeah, just so you know, if your back bothers you when you do this, just take it more in a down dog and just stay a little higher with your hips. Land your right foot forward and through in a low lunge. Rise, high lunge. That's the beauty of Zoom. Erica just hopped in. She got in a little late. Yeah. High lunge, crescent lunge. We did this with our foot on the block before, or a version of it, so this feels super easy. Anywhere you want your arms this morning, tip forward with your body, and you're going to launch off warrior three. So if your balance isn't so great, a block, if you only have one to the center, you could just rest your fingertips on it. If you think you've got the balance, the heart lifts a little higher, always a little bend in that standing right leg. Giant step back, warrior one. You just have to guide that back foot back. Steer the left ribs forward. Activate the side body. Hands to frame your front foot. Vinyasa, or simply take it out if the push-ups aren't suiting you today. The back bend doesn't feel good in your body. Don't take it. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your left knee in and up, scoop up the belly. So arms are active. And once again, if this doesn't feel great, just keep your hips higher. Land your left foot forward and through. Activate the back leg, rise to a high lunge. So the eyes of your hips, hip points, you want them forward. Sometimes that requires a softening of the back knee. That's great. Side ribs nice and long. Anywhere you want your arms. They can be prayer. I like them alongside my body. I kind of tip forward with the torso and then press off into that warrior three. If you need the block, you just rest your hands on blocks. Standing left foot has to grip. Palms face down if they're back. Eyes of the shoulders lift. Little bend through that standing left leg. Giant step back, warrior one. Just trust that you know where the foot's going to land. Hopefully it works out. Steer the right ribs forward. Press heavy through your feet. Great. Hands to frame your front foot. We get moving now. Chaturanga. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine, weight stays forward. Fold into yourself. Heavy in your heels for chair. I've been taking my chair with my feet apart, so you could play with that. Together is totally cool and fine. Lower half the body goes down. Upper half the body is moving up. Natural curve in the spine. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Just rip it through a couple of these, okay? Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels, chair. Dive over bent legs, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. You can step, you can float, you can crawl back, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise. Warrior one, take your time. Hands come back down through your push-up. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, just keep moving and breathing. Rise. Back down we go, chaturanga. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. I put on the blend. Arms stay nice and straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine. Fold. Heavy in your heels, chair. Press up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Sit deep. Sit way back. Then fold over bent legs. Forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step or float vinyasa. Smooth transitions. Good. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns, rise. You got it. Back down we go, chaturanga. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, first warrior, left side. Anchor and rise. Back down we go, through vinyasa. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, down dog. Yeah, so you add or you subtract what you feel you need or don't need in the practice and make this work. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Get there light. Long spine. Fold. Heavy in your heels for chair. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. One more. Heavy in your heels for chair. There's something said about moving through these. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Good. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Hands back down, chaturanga. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise. Hands go back down through a push-up. Upward facing dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Breathe the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Just lift from that inner thigh. Come forward, hug your right knee towards your navel. Yeah. Extend the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Do it again. Come forward in one piece. Hug your right knee towards your navel. Try and look forward. If you look forward a little, it's going to help. Extend the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. One more for good luck. Come forward. Hug the right knee straight in. Step the right foot smack in between your hands. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. Let's cartwheel open warrior two. I love warrior two. Yes, sit deep into that front right thigh. Make sure your right foot and your back left arch intersect. Spread the collarbone and the chest nice and wide. Side ribs nice and long. You're really getting the blend today. Sit nice and deep. Take a big breath in. On the exhale breath, lengthen the tailbone and sit deeper. Let your body just feel the energy that you're creating. Quiet your mind if it's bouncing around. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Side body gets real long. Come back through warrior two, where you're going to reach way, way out and find extended side angle A. I've been using a block and placing on the highest angle just because I'm a little tighter in the hips. But you can also just rest your arm on the top of your thigh. Either of those options are great. Top arm straight up. Yeah. Or then take your arm up and over if you want a little more. Yeah, if you don't think you need the block, you don't have to use it. Just these are all just suggestions. Sit deep into that front thigh. Good. Steer your right hip kind of under you and turn your ribs towards the ceiling sky. Soften your right shoulder as much as you can. Anchor your left leg. The power of the left leg is really supporting the pose. You can bend deeper. Stay with it. Warrior two, pull it up. Yep. Circle it to the floor through a vinyasa. Add in the up dog if it feels good. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your left knee in and up, scoop up the belly. Extend the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Yeah, this is just to get a little momentum, work the core. Come forward, hug your left knee in and up, scoop up the belly, arms are straight up and down. Extend the leg up and back. One more, come forward, hug the knee in and up, scoop up the belly. Land the left foot smack, turn the back foot on a strong angle. Cartwheel open, warrior two. Nice big step. Look at your feet. Just check in. The alignment is there. These look good. Turn your right toe, Steph, a little more towards me, your back toes. Lengthen your tailbone. It's a pretty big step, so that you could really sit down into it. Wrap that inner thigh open. And then close your eyes, just a few breaths. Let yourself just hold yourself up in the pose. Nice, Dara. Looks very good. How can you soften in the pose? How can you quiet the mind? It may never happen. We just try. Couple more. Flip the palm, let's reverse it. You're like, thank God. Come back to warrior two. The concept is you reach way out and then you slide your hand to the outside of the foot. The block is super helpful for a lot of us. Arms just resting on the top of the thigh. You pick what feels best in your body. Yeah. Katie, the alignment looks really good. So from behind, you don't even know you're pregnant. Yeah. Slide the right arm up and forward. Wrap that inner thigh open. Soften the shoulder. Anchor the right leg and then sit deeper. Reconnect with your breath if you're just like counting the seconds to get out of the pose. Few more. Make it count. Heavy in your legs, warrior two. Warrior two, pull it up. Take it to the floor through a vinyasa. Enjoy the up dog if you're taking it. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward again. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. Don't come up. Take your block now to the instep of your right foot. Snuggle your right arm there. Yep. And then peel the left arm open. So there's two variations of B extended side angle. If you don't enjoy the arm down on the floor or on the block, take it with the arm on the top of the thigh again and wrap your left arm behind your back for a half bind. So Reg, I don't know how this feels, but you could take it like this. So arm on thigh and hand behind your back, any amount. Even your hand on your hip is good for the shoulder because it just kind of slides it in there. Perfect. Turn the upper body and the chest open. So you're not only getting the hip opener, you're also getting a back bend here. Nice, Steph. So you're going to lean back. Perfect. 3 more breaths. If you took a half bind of some sort or full, unravel the arm. Pull up to a warrior two. Lengthen, spread across the collarbone and the chest. Take it to the floor vinyasa of choice. Now we're just kind of moving through a bunch of stuff. Yeah. We're getting out our own way. Step the left foot smack, turn the back foot down. Don't pop up. Stay close to the ground. Caddy that arm to the instep of the foot and peel the right arm open. There's something said about staying close to the floor. If you get here and you're like, all right, this isn't working again on this side, arm to top of thigh, perfect. Top arm stays up, hand to hip. You can wrap it behind your back, any amount. Yeah. The concept is that your chest is very open. Anchor that back leg. Nice, Erica. Yep, there's a tuck and a lean back, Steph. Stay with it. Give it a little more love. Unravel just the right arm. Let the right arm pull you up, warrior two. Take it to the floor, vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Long spine weight is forward. Fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So set your block up here if you know you're going to need it for half moon. So we're going to stand like this. We're going to transition a little different into it. So the right leg's going to be firm. The left leg's going to bend up into tree. Tree pose. Yeah. It doesn't have to be high up. It could be low down too. Hands to prayer. And then you grow your branches. Woohoo. Maybe get a flying tree, a floating tree. Sarah, switch legs. Go on your right. Yeah, go on your right leg. It's all good. You're like, I got it. Side ribs long. Hug your hips in. Fix your eyes, quiet your mind, and just breathe and feel. Keep the right leg where it is. You're just going to drag your hands to prayer, okay? Left hand's going to come to your hip. You're going to start to pivot forward, soften the right leg, and unravel slow Ardha Chandrasana. It may not work out great. Just try it out. Nice and slow, gripping your right hip in, and then opening up, half moon. At any point, you can back off. You could restart. Use a block underneath your right hand if you care to. Add in whatever feels appropriate in this practice today. So if you want to add a little bind, grab your foot, kick behind you. If you're not into it, just stay with the basic. Lift from your inner left thigh, flex your left toes a little bit more. Breathe the sides of your body open. If you took a bind, just release the leg so you're in space in a regular Ardha. Transitions are everything in this practice. We're going to step slowly back into triangle. So nice slow stance back, pull up anywhere on the front of the shin or reach for a block. Yep, other direction, Erica, right hand. It felt funny, right? Did you make up a pose? Yeah. Yeah. Try it out. Hook your right side of your body, Sarah, more towards the table. So turn your right ribs. There you go. And then stack open that left arm. Perfect. Nice. And then you can play with where that block feels good for you. Some of us like it further back. Anchor through your feet, your inner and outer thighs. Hold there. Two more. Ooh, you got a little friend. To the floor we go, plank. Lean on your left hand for a variation of side plank Vashisthasana. If you can bend your right leg up into a tree, give it a whirl. If that's not in the cards, you can modify. You could stagger your feet. You could drop to your forearm. Top arm can stretch up and forward. Lift a little higher. Slow transition to plank. Add in the push-up. You got this. Up dog is smooth. You can smile on the up. Hips go up and back. It changes everything. Downward facing dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float top of mat. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Just move your block over because you know you may need it. Stand on your left leg. Bend your right leg up into tree. Grip the hips in. Hands to prayer. And then grow your branches. Side ribs long. Fix your eyes. Quiet your mind. And just be content. Hands to prayer, pause. Good. Right hand to hip. You're going to slowly start to transfer the weight into that left leg and unravel nice and easy half moon. Set up your block so it's appropriate for you. Side ribs long. Turn your bottom ribs and stack it open. Flex your right toe strong. Nice, Katie. Lift from that inner thigh, Jess, a little more. You got it. Add in the bind or the balance or whatever feels good for you today. You have to grip your left hip in super strong. You got it. It's a good place to experiment. Yeah, why not? If you add it in a bind, just kind of unleash it to a regular half moon for a beat. And then transition is really slow. It's a generous step back into triangle. Pull up anywhere on the front of the shin or use your block. I like pulling up on the shin. I feel like I'm moving the pant leggings up my leg, and then I get this nice lift through the side ribs. The right arm extends up. Breathe the collarbone and the chest open, and there's a little feeling like you're leaning back, but you're never in your lower back in this pose. Stay with it. Circle the hands to frame your front foot. Come to plank, lean on your right hand and find a Vashisthasana that you know you can maintain. Modifying, dropping to your forearm, adding in the tree if you care for that. Top arm can wrap up and forward. You can go back to that basic one we did early on. Anything you know you can support for a few really good breaths. Don't get hung up on how deep you're going. Stay with it. Plank position slow. Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, down dog. Let's keep the show moving. Right foot forward, crescent lunge. Yeah, why not? Crescent lunge. Yeah, hip flexors. Everything should feel a little bit more open. Wrap your left arm underneath your right arm. Yeah. And then let's step up into eagle. So listen, you can take eagle today like a little curtsy. Like it can be like this. You don't have to get your foot fully around if it doesn't work. Steer your hips back, weights in that standing heel. Squeeze your arms nice and tight. Stick your butt back. You guys look very serious. Yeah, don't take life so serious. It's good. In these moments. Okay, keep your legs bound up just like they are. Just unravel your arms. Just unravel your arms. Okay, step back to warrior one. I love this transition. I'm such a yoga dork. Yeah, the little things that I like. Straighten both your legs on track. You have to step your back foot in a tiny bit for me, okay? Right hand on hip, left arm extends up. You're going to come halfway down, and then you're going to come the rest of the way down, twisting triangle. I use a block for this. I like it on the instep. So I'll teach you a trick. Right hand on the flat part of your back to start. This gives you a lot of good info. I'm like, where are my hips? I have no idea because they're behind me and I can't see. So it tells you like I'm aligned. Then you can peel open if that feels good. Now, if you were looking for more this morning, more of a stretch, sliding the block more forward is going to give you more sensation through that back leg. It's not for everybody, so just play with it. Stack open. Steer the hips back. Spine is long. And twist. Two more. Right hand to the floor. Join Katie in the forward fold. Breathe your right hip up and back. Good work. Step to the top of the mat, feet together or hips distance. Sit your seat immediately down, chair. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. What is that? Hook and twist. I'll kill it. Don't tell anybody. Well, I'll just kind of get it out of the way. Chair with a twist. It's gone. It's fine. It was a little outside creature. Chair with a twist, floating chair with a twist. I just see some people out here. Yeah. Open up your arms if you want more. Steer your hips back. You got it. Chair pose, pull it around. Let's ride this out. Sit all the way to boat Navasana. Yeah, arms forward. Hands can be down on the mat. You can come to a little reverse tabletop if that feels good, just like a baby one. Yep. Yep. Arms can be forward. They can be up. So the deep core muscles is what we're looking for. Yeah. Lower halfway, Ardha Navasana, lower back has to spread. If this is not good for your lower back, 90-degree angle is where we could stay. Hovering close to the ground is going to give you more intensity. Arms back is going to create the most intensity. Navasana, pull it up. Cross the ankles, step or float, vinyasa. Now we're going to have to remember it all. Upward facing dog, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath out. The left foot lands crescent lunge. Yeah. I think I got it. Arms forward. You can wrap your right arm under. Just kind of thread the arms up. Step up. Wrap the right thigh around. Yeah. You can always do it like this. So some days you get here and you're like, okay, my balance sucks. So just think like sitting in chair, stick your butt back and wrap the thighs around. Little up dog happening in the chest is what we're looking for. Squeeze down the center line. Weights in that standing heel. Keep the legs squeezing nice and tight. Just unravel your arms. Keep the leg bent in half and then guide your right leg back. Warrior one. Arrange your warrior one so it feels good. Straighten the left leg on track. Scooch your back foot in a little bit. Left hand on hip. Right arm extends up. You got it. Inhale the breath. Slide that left hip back and come all the way down. Twisting triangle. Use that block. Left hand on the flat part of your back. And then stack it open. Perfect. Yeah, so what I start to play with in this pose is the placement of the block, right? So maybe moving it a little bit more forward gives me a little bit more feel through that back leg. Maybe I'm content right where I am. Feel like someone's got you by your hips though, and they're pulling them back. That's it. Anchor and twist open. Exhale the breath, fold over that left leg. Melt in half. Breathe your left hip way up and back and drape yourself down. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step to the top of the mat. Feet can be hips width distance. I'm totally good with that. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold, heavy in your heels for chair. Drag the hands to prayer, inhale the breath, hook and twist to the left, or just stay kind of in space and twisting. Yeah, you don't have to twist. You don't have to twist so deeply. You don't have to hook so much. You can just kind of keep it basic. Watch that the right knee doesn't slide past the left. That's truly the hardest part in the pose. Chair, pull it around. Fold over the legs, forward fold. We haven't practiced crow in a while. So Katie, you can go into a wide squat malasana. So you all have a block, place it like this. So squat, guys, at home, if you just want to take a regular kind of mellow pose, if you want to work on a little something fun, we can do this. The block's going to go the long direction, and don't worry, you don't have to like get too far from the ground. It's more of just the exercise of kind of putting it all together. You stand on your feet like this, okay? The arms come out and the knees have to separate. The knees come high up into the back of the armpits. My weight comes forward and I'm just going to hold here. So if you just hold here and really brace yourself, draw your belly in, maybe just practice lifting one foot from the block, the other foot from the block. Don't get so caught up on lifting both your feet up unless they naturally just kind of lift. Once again, squat malasana, totally cool. You got to start with your big toes together in this pose. Yeah. And just kind of hover like a bird. Yeah. So if you're up here hanging out, playing around, just split your feet down off the block and come into squat and join the rest of us. Yep. That's it. Squat pose. Lengthen the tailbone. Use the back of your triceps to kind of get in there. Take your feet, Sarah, even wider. Even wider. That's pretty good. Yeah. Ooh, 3 more breaths. It's tough. Sometimes, I mean, to me, this feels great, but to other people, it's torture. Hands to the floor. Let's walk the feet back in about hips width distance. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Fold in half, and then let's step back to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. Rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. Drag the hands to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath, lean way out, hook the elbow, and twist. So Katie, how did that feel before when we did the foot on the block to open up that back thigh? To do that again, you could just drop the back knee. Yeah, and then slide your whole front foot on that block. And if you want this time, you can come up and just kind of hold it if that feels okay for you. You don't, yeah. Yep, that, or you can have your back knee down, however it feels best for you. The fun thing about, when your body goes through changes, is that you get to play with new things in your practice. Lean back a little bit. Twist a little deeper. You guys look thrilled. Take your hands to the floor. Step to a dog. Just step to a dog. Down dog. Yeah, step the left foot forward. Crescent lunge. Yep, crescent lunge. Rise. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. The trick with this pose is if you lean way out, then you hook and twist because it's really about creating that length. Back leg nice and engaged. You can always drop the knee down. Yeah. And then get in there. Activate that back leg. You kind of have to lean back a little, get the crown of the head to line up with that back foot. Good work. Stay with it, guys. Hug that left hip in and twist open. Two more. Hands to the floor, down dog. In this down dog, just drop to your forearms if you can. So a forearm down dog. Yeah, interlace your hands if you want. Walk your elbows in a little closer, and then walk your feet up a little closer. Yeah. So holding dolphin, you could always drop to your knees if it's too much. If you want to practice lifting your right leg up into space, you can for a breath or two. Lift it just about hip height. And then slowly lower it down to the ground. And then slowly breathe your left leg up from the inner thigh. You got it. Keep wrapping the sides of your body kind of in. And then slowly lower the left leg. And last little bit of effort, I want you to walk all the way out to a forearm plank. Yeah. You could drop your knees if it's too much. Lengthen your tailbone. Hug the sides of your body in. Bring your weight more forward. Lengthen your tailbone a little bit more. Hold. Stay with it. Split the palms apart, one hand at a time. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing, smooth. Smile. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right knee forward, half pigeon. Yeah, thank God. Feels so good for some of us. Yeah, you can shove something underneath your right butt cheek. Melt yourself into half pigeon. Go in a little deeper. They're little buggies. Use the strength of your body, start to come up, and then just step to a dog. I just want to keep it real consistent here. From your down dog, just slide your left knee forward. You can just kind of stay in half pigeon mode. Yeah. And come right back onto the left side. Make any adjustments here that maybe you need. Fold in a little deeper. Okay, use the strength of your body, start to come up. Lean onto the left side, swing the right leg around. Set your feet up like this, okay? So hips width distance, hands are gonna go behind you. On the inhale breath, and on the exhale breath, you'll lift up into a reverse tabletop. So I always try and keep the neck very neutral here, lengthen the tailbone. Good. If you want to add more here for the last few breaths, you can cross your right ankle over the top of that left thigh, totally optional. Slowly lower the foot down, lift an inch higher. Exhale the breath, take a breath in and lower down. One more. It's kind of fun to do. Lift up. If you were a gymnast once in your life, yes, for the rest of us, we're like, okay, lengthen and lift. Yeah. So once you're on the up, then you can see if you can cross the ankle over, flex the foot. So you're looking for external rotation. You got it. Lift a little higher. If the foot is on top, revisit it to the floor, lift an inch higher, exhale the breath lower down. When you hit the floor, before you hit the ground, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. I actually did this yesterday. I was like, I hadn't done the stretch, and it's so basic. Take it tight. Yeah, close to you. And then lengthen up. And then if you want, you can fold forward. And use the sides of your arms to kind of press the inner thighs open. You may not get much extension forward, but feel the base of your feet. Good. Lift up, lower down onto your backs. We're going to do a set or two of a regular back bend. So, Katie, you can decide what you want to do that feels good. Lay down. You're going to set up for bridge or wheel. So, bridge pose, the feet flat, the back of the arms pressed. You're going to lift up on the exhale breath, clasp your hands, and then wiggle yourself into this bridge or supported bridge with a block underneath your low back. Yep. Perfect. So if you're looking for a little bit more of just like a yummy pose, slide that block underneath that sacrum. Yep. Perfect, Reg. If you're looking for a bolder, more exciting movement, you could flip your palms at any point and lift up for a full wheel. If you're on a block and you just want to elevate your legs, this works great. Here, go with this block. Catch. Yeah. So lay down first, then lift the hips, slide the block. Yep. If you can go high, that's going to feel the best. Get the block flush to the ground. Here, wait, let me fix it. It's like the block crazy. Here, lift up just an inch right there. Yeah, perfect. And then if you want, you clasp your hands around the block. Yeah. Any way that you are is perfect. Holding out here, a few more breaths. Let your body just feel. Everybody here's legs are up. So slowly bend your knees. Take your feet flat to the floor. Once they hit the floor, lift the hips up, remove the block from underneath you, and lower down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a giant squeeze in. Grab the outsides of your feet for a happy baby. Pull the knees down around the rib cage. Lengthen the lower back, soften the shoulders to the mat. Hug your knees straight in. Give them a really tight tuck. Drop your knees over to the right together, upper body to the left. You can keep them in the same line of energy as your hips. Just give yourself a little side body stretch here, a little supine twist. Roll up to center, drop your knees the opposite direction. Yep, keep them in line with your hips. You should just feel a very subtle stretch here. Come up to center. We're going to set up for Shavasana. I know it's the hardest pose for most of us, but for the next 2 minutes, just see if you can find rest. Let your body just kind of flump into the floor. Flump. I don't even think that's a word. Melt. Big, bold breath in. Loud, smooth exhale breath out. Arms come up over the top of the head. Really reach. Hug the knees into a big tight ball. And rock up in your own way to a seated position. If you can keep your eyes closed for these final moments, it feels kind of nice. Sit up really tall in this new body. Hands come to prayer. Kind of scan the body and notice how better it feels, hopefully. The benefits of this practice are amazing. Bow the head. Have some gratitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Go out there. Have an awesome afternoon, guys. That was a really nice practice. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and I'll see you soon. You're very welcome.